Of all the characters that Fox Studios took the absolute piss with, perhaps the one that was the most criminal was how they treated Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. What a cool name. Remember, if you like this video, like the video, and if you really like the video, subscribe. So as we'll see, some people rank her as the most powerful of the four in the comics. But in the movies, we've got Jessica Alba, look, perfectly good actress, great mum, but she's kind of just underserved to just being invisible lots. Yep, tick, invisible. Okay, we need a joke about her being naked. Maybe a gratuitous underwear shot? Yep, tick. We see some of her force fields containing fires, blasting Reed, blasting Doctor Doom. Or how about another sequence where she takes her clothes off again? Yay! At the end she contains a big fire, but it gives her a nosebleed. Come on, she's better than that. In the sequel she does seem to have more control. Oh, she can make a pimple disappear, of course. And containing that rogue chopper, although not enough to stop it ploughing into an unsuspecting Alicia Masters' face. She can flatten Reed and turn him around, so yeah, obviously a load more control in this one. Oh, another naked scene, because Fox Studios, obviously. With the London Eye, she's holding that whole thing up, and I like the little force fields that help her when she's pushed out onto the water. It's a nice touch. Another nice touch is her turning the wall invisible to see the surfer getting roughed up, although it is a bit disturbing. And she whacks these two guys into mini force field bubbles, but then at the end, look, her powers aren't enough to stop her getting spiked. In the reboot, Kate Mara's up, and she's straight away turning herself and big things invisible, and she can gently budge a couple of those big things away from her, although again randomly in the trailer she does it loads better. She can effectively fly in her force field, but it's knackering her out. To be fair, in this one they're really showing them learning their powers though. Unfortunately at the end, Doom's telekinesis is dominating her force field, and it's only Reed pulling himself together that saves her, of course. But let's look at Susan in the comics. So like I said, some people rank her the most powerful of the four. Not in strength, obvs, or in smarts, obvs, but in her actual power. Both her invisibility and the force fields are all cosmic powered, don't you know? So yeah, she's obviously got the invisibility, the clues in the name, but the invisibility is so comprehensive that she can do things like hide a gun from the Silver Surfer before shooting him in the face. That is cold, Susan. She can become invisible to things like infrared scanners, much better than Kevin Bacon and his dick in Hollow Man. She can use it like a human x-ray machine on this little boy, and then to look at this homeless man's ribs, and then under the beard it's bloody no more. Ridiculous. As the comics go on, the writers realise they can be more scientific with it. Here she's changing the way she's interacting with the light wave to darken her hair and skin, very cool. But on a massive scale, she can go as big as making an entire planet invisible, like she did in Annihilation Scourge. And then there's the force fields, they're super tough. They can take hits from Green Scar Hulk and Galactus himself, that big handsome bastard. There was a time she shielded an underwater base for 17 hours through some serious Zen meditation. And she can borderline replicate the Green Lantern's powers and make constructs with it, like armour to punch up Namor, or swords to cut up big monsters. She's also got the control over it to put them inside people's, like when she threatened the Wizard to give him a heart attack and ended up making him faint. And she also made Deadpool's head pop once, but obviously he grew it back. One time Wolverine was being controlled by Hydra and went after the Fantastic Four. And he takes down the Thing and Johnny, but Sue rocks up with some force fields in his lungs, and then on his optic nerves to blind him, incapacitating him so much that he just legs it. She's taken down all of the Avengers single-handedly more than once. She completely owns Doctor Doom. The woman's an absolute badass, especially when you threaten her kids. So of all the nerfs, what a surprise. Hollywood nerfed the female character the most. Worth noting that a whole nother video needs to be done on Sue and Reed's son Franklin, who's insanely powerful, especially when he grows up. And look, the Fantastic Four just have so much potential to be decent. So as I always say, there's hope now that Feige's involved. Look at that potential cast, I love those three. Alright, I'm done, goodbye.